From the Target 12 investigators, a Woonsocket murder suspect's mother comes forward.
It took 2 years to arrest a pair of suspects in the stabbing of Constance Gauthier, and just last week, the charges were dropped against one of the suspects.
And now, only days before her son's arraignment, the mother of the other suspect is speaking out. Target 12 investigator Walt Buteau with the details you'll see only on Eyewitness News.
21-year-old Matthew Dussault will be arraigned next week for allegedly killing a woman who his mother says he knew as a distant relative. March 23, 2016. Woonsocket and state police scour the home of 81-year-old Constance Gauthier, who, according to the medical examiner, was stabbed more than 60 times with 2 different knives. A search warrant affidavit would later state the scene was staged to look like a robbery, but to this day, an alleged motive has not been released by investigators.
I just felt for everyone's pain and hurt.
Paula Gauthier, who asked us to disguise her identity, tells Target 12 her family knew Constance Gauthier, and she says her father told her they are related. But more than 2 years after the murder, the investigation struck her family even closer to home. Her son, Matthew Dussault, arrested along with Gauthier's neighbor, Tyler Grennan. Gauthier recalls a conversation with her son shortly before he was questioned at the police station last July.
He went down without a problem. His dad actually called him, and he says, "Oh, I'm going down." And his dad said, "Are you okay?" He says, "Yeah, no problem."
That afternoon, hours after police started questioning Dussault, Gauthier says she went to the station to check on her son. She tells us she talked with officers at the front desk about her son's long-term learning disability that includes an IQ less than 70. According to a search warrant affidavit filed after Dussault was arrested, he was read his Miranda rights, but his mother doubts he understood them or knew he could have asked for an attorney before he was questioned.
But if you ask him something, he may say, "Oh, yeah." But in reality, he has no idea what you just said.
Dussault was charged with murder that night, but according to his mother, a detective told her this.
And he says, "We don't believe he did this. We know he was not the mastermind."
According to a search warrant affidavit filed after his arrest, Dussault told police he was asked to come to the scene by Grennan, who he claims he saw stab Gauthier 1 or 2 times before he, quote, physically pushed Grennan away from her. But what was said to be a lack of physical evidence prompted the Attorney General to dismiss the murder charge against Grennan. A grand jury decided to indict Dussault, who, according to police, is allegedly tied to the scene by DNA evidence.
He says, "I didn't do this. I didn't do this."
You believe him?
I believe him.
We briefed both the Attorney General's office and Woonsocket Police on Gauthier's claims. Both agencies declined to comment. With the Target 12 investigators, Walt Buteau, Eyewitness News.
From the Target 12 investigators, it took more than 2 years to make an arrest in a grisly Woonsocket stabbing.
Now, with charges dismissed against one suspect due to a lack of physical evidence, the mother of the other suspect insists her son did not commit the crime.
Target 12 investigator Walt Buteau with the details you'll see only on Eyewitness News.
The suspect's mother is asking questions about a lead developed last year and outlined in court documents. 3 months before Matthew Dussault and now former suspect Tyler Grennan were arrested and arraigned for the murder of Constance Gauthier, court documents named 3 men, including one arrested about 3 months after the murder for assaulting an elderly man.
That's huge. That's huge.
Dussault's mother points to a statement in the document indicating one of the men returned home covered in blood around the time of the murder. And a woman also told police one of the men said they went to rob an elderly woman but ended up stabbing her.
It states clearly how someone sees someone come home covered in blood. And they talk about how they robbed this woman.
Woonsocket police would not comment about what happened to that tip. But after the Grennan and Dussault arrests, another court filing alleged DNA found at the murder scene matched the father of Paula Gauthier or a biological son. Gauthier believes one explanation for the DNA is her son knew Gauthier as a distant relative and had been in her house several times before the murder.
He had helped her with groceries. He had helped her with numerous things in her house because that's what my son did.
No comment from Woonsocket Police or the Attorney General's office about Gauthier's claims or questions. With the Target 12 investigators, Walt Buteau, Eyewitness News.